About dudes being bros. What adventures will they get into? Only time will tell. Like the name suggests, this podcast could get dicey. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Hello, and welcome to This Could Get Dicey, a D&D podcast where a group of buds get to unwind from their 9-to-5s and step into the world of Drew Gala. My name is Destiny Nieto, I play Loomis Bjorn, and before things get a little too dicey, I just like to say it's a beautiful day to get your cat a sweater.
Aww.
Oh, I love that book, If You Get Your Cat a Sweater.
Everyone's favorite children's novel.
How does Marcy like wearing people clothes?
She hates it.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
But this one and a few other ones, but I love it. But if I get her one that's like really soft on the inside, she's not super upset about it.
Oh, interesting. So she cares about quality.
Yes, she likes soft material. She does act like it weighs 1,000 pounds.
Yes.
But I'm not aerodynamic anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish cats like inherently loved little hats, because if you put a little hat on any cat, it just like enhances them. There's like this TikTok account I follow that it's like this dude who works at a farm, and he has this little like farm cat, and the cat wears a little cowboy hat. And
oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Is it like
it
a tuxedo looking cat?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, does he jump on hay bales?
Yes, I know which one you're talking about.
I've seen this.
Good cat. Is Marcy cold, or is it just like a Christmas sweater?
It's just because you want to put a Christmas sweater on it.
All of the above.
Her, not it.
I'm sorry. I'm clearly a dog person.
All of the above. They just look so cute, and when I pick her up, her little patitas are always so kosher. So I was like, you need a sweater.
I guess y'all don't have this problem with cats because they generally do like to be picked up, or like don't mind it as much. Kraft knows when I'm trying to get her to sit on the couch with me, and she runs away.
Oh, so does Marceline, but
yeah, cat.
I'm faster.
Cat do that.
My dogs love being on the couch.
That's right. Kenny does not have that problem. It is quite the opposite. If you invite one, all three will jump on the couch with you.
I guess the grass is always greener because I'm always pushing them off. I don't want them on the couch with me.
I had to, when I was dog sitting for you, Kenny, I had to put up a pillow divider between me and Imogen while playing games.
She'll be all up on you.
She doesn't know when to stop moving closer to you.
Hi, my name is Alex Villarreal. I play Ellis Vindove, and it's a beautiful day to fall asleep the second your head hits the pillow.
Nice.
Delectable.
That's beautiful. That's a better word.
That's not something historically I do ever. It takes me at least like 20 to 30 minutes to fall asleep, like at any given nap, sleep time, whenever. But I haven't been sleeping very well this week, and I was so tired today. And I came home, and I immediately just set an alarm and like lied down, and it was just like I was literally had the thought like, oh damn, I'm falling asleep right now. And then I woke up to the sound of my alarm, and I was just like, whoa. Do y'all do this thing when y'all sometimes go to bed where you are lying in bed and you feel yourself like falling asleip, and then your body like violently like jolts itself like awake?
Yeah, absolutely.
All the time. It has just been like a constant thing lately.
It doesn't jolt me awake.
It's usually right before I go to sleep, but I've also been like doing it in the middle of the night a lot lately. Just like,
so you're not actually
like,
asleep, or you're dreaming or something?
I'm not sure, but I have not. I don't feel like I've been getting a very restful sleep.
I don't like that feeling when you're like falling asleep and you can like very consciously feel yourself falling asleep. I hate that feeling. I'm like, just go to sleep. Stop thinking about how you're going to sleep right now and just go to sleep. Like, I don't want to think about
I feel like
that.
I feel like the second I acknowledge that feeling too of like, oh, I am falling asleep, like my body it's just like, no, and like it like jolts me awake, and I'm just like, God fucking damn it.
It's
mostly I feel like it's like I can feel it in like, I don't know if this is true or if this is silly to say out loud, but it's almost like I feel the sleep starting from my feet and working its way up, and the second like I go like, oh, I think I'm falling asleep, I can't move my legs or feet, and then I go, oh God, and I'm just like, why did you do that? Just fucking.
It's the mental illness, because what's going on in my head is like your heart rate's slowing down, and therefore you are actively dying.
You're dead.
Right now.
Sleep is dying every day.
I don't know if I just don't think as much as y'all or what, but this happens to me every single night. I just lay down and I fall asleep.
I know you said that in an episode or two ago that you just think of a blank piece of paper.
That is my method for falling asleep. If I don't fall asleep right away, then I just practice some mindfulness. But I did like for a decade of my life practice mindfulness every single day for like 30 minutes. It was like, so it's like built in that I just like picture a blank piece of paper, and if I have a thought, it appears on that paper either in writing or a drawing, and I just erase it from the paper.
Listeners, rank us from most mentally well to least mentally well at home.
This feels like a really mentally healthy thing, yes?
No, I'm saying you are Kenny for sure.
I was like, wait, is this bad?
No,
that's what everyone
Kenny
should be doing.
Like really high up, and then probably like 50 spots down is the rest of us starting.
Maybe I should do a guided sleep thing that we can release on the Patreon, like Alex did with his poop story.
Ooh.
You should.
And then listeners can choose which one they want to listen to fall asleep to.
Oh, you want all four of us to do it?
No, I mean they can listen to Alex's poop story, or they can listen to me guided sleep.
Yeah, have y'all ever seen that like really aggressive ASMR?
No.
Where people like take like a snowball like this, and they just have a red Solo cup on top, and they're just going. It's very funny.
Have you seen the ones where they have like an ear on their microphone and then they start licking it?
Yo, I've been deep in the ASMR game for years, and that shit is freaky.
Oh, weird. That sucks. Anyway,
don't knock until you try.
Dude, try my paper method.
I'll try it out.
Hello, I'm Kenny Chilton, and I play Emil Mazak, and it's a beautiful day to see a bunch of numbers that aren't actually a pattern, but make a pattern out of it. This is also another thing I do in my brain.
I'm like, Kenny's falling in the standing here. This is turning into the number 23, that movie.
No. Like, the date when we're recording this is 12/12/24.
Okay.
That's
very good.
12
the
plus
math.
12 is 20.
Basic arithmetic.
Okay.
Yes. But I do this often. I think maybe because I used to teach math. I will look at a bunch of numbers and be like, what's the pattern here? Or what's the anomaly? Sometimes it's like, what's the anomaly in this sequence of numbers? Like one time I was in a budget meeting, and they showed this 8-figure number on the screen. And immediately I was like, none of the digits in this number repeat. They're all unique digits. And the person next to me said, what's wrong with you?
Okay, beautiful mind. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
Are you good at like memorizing long strings of numbers?
Yes. Yes.
Wild.
I was the most Asian stereotype fucking nerd in high school with math that you could be, because my mom reinforced it. Like if I got an A-, my mom would call that the Asian F. So I had to like take every single math class I could.
Were you a mathlete?
I was.
Nice.
I was, Destiny. I got 5th place in state.
Nice. Have you and David talked about this?
I don't know.
Y'all should, because so was he.
Head in the past.
Maybe we tried not to talk about it because someone's still bitter.
Trauma.
Do y'all don't see patterns in the world around you?
Yeah, I mean, probably not numbers.
Not
I'm
numbers.
not very good. I'm not very good at like basic arithmetic.
What about geometric?
Or, like, yeah. I would say like shapes and colors for sure. Like musical intonation is something I see patterns a lot in, but like numbers is legit just like and I
Same.
While you were talking about that, I wrote down my social security number and I added all the numbers together just to like see if anything cool came out of that, and it was 42, and it like wasn't really a cool answer.
No, 42 is good.
You know,
the answer to life, universe, and everything. That's great.
It's
True.
42?
Yeah. Sorry, it's a
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide reference.
Ah, I see.
Okay. Well, I like numbers, Kenny. I'm with you.
Next time you look at a snail's shell, that's the Fibonacci sequence right there.
That's number, yeah.
That's numbers. Destiny and Alex are giving me some looks.
I'm just like,
they both just got nosebleeds right now.
I was just thinking about snail. I'm like, snail's numbers? Snail's numbers?
Sales numbers.
Hello, my name is Becky Schmader, and I'm the game master for This Could Get Dicey. And it's a beautiful day to make a new magic deck.
Oh, fun.
What are the colors?
It is blue, white, green, which I think is like my favorite colors to use.
The prettiest colors.
The prettiest colors.
Do you like the colors because you like those colors, or is that significant to something in Magic?
It's like significant to something in Magic. Each of the colors has like a play style kind of associated with them. And so blue, white, green have been like my favorites so far.
Does that create any issue with like having enough mana for these cards?
No, because green can create a lot of mana because you can get like landfall cards frequently from that.
I'm so excited to learn more about this game from you.
Yeah.
We're doing
green decks are my least favorite decks to play against because it's just
a lot of tokens. A lot
of tokens and a lot of land, and you're just like, I don't even want to fucking play anymore. This game sucks.
I have a green deck. It's fun.
It is fun. This one is, I called it Cookie Crafter, and it's the commander. It's a commander deck. The commander his name's Bernard something. He's like an artificer, and they all have those long titles.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is that golems and food that are like food creatures get +2/2 and trample. And then when a creature dies, you can choose to exile it and then make a token copy of it. And those also become golem food.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of green decks, man.
That's a lot. That's a lot going on.
But that's it's just like a never-ending Ouroboros.
Yeah. And so and then I got some gingerbread cookie cards that are like in the deck that exist.
Oh, cute.
And so there's like a little ginger brute and this little knight gingerbread guy. And then there's lots of like changelings in the deck. So like they can be golems and food as well. And then there's a lot of cards to produce actual like food artifacts as well. So I'll hopefully be healing myself constantly too.
Wait, bring it over. I want to see.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm having fun, and and now I have 11 commander decks.
Oh my god, that happened so fast.
11, and you've only been playing for like 3 months, maybe
2-3 months.
3.
Right?
That's impressive.
I have crafted 5 of them, so 6 of them I just bought.
That's cool.
Oh.
But I got a frog deck, I got a mouse deck, I got the cookie crafter one, and then I got 2 that I kind of just made on a whim, so I don't really know how good they are. But one is called Nature Fights Back, and that one's all about token creation, so Alex would hate it, but about making little sapperlings and tree folk and stuff. And then the other one's called Nature's Graveyard, and it's about like churning stuff in and out of your graveyard a lot. So I'm having fun.
What a game.
It's a great game. And now when we all get together, you guys don't even need decks. I could just hand you out one of the 11.
I want the cookie one all the time.
No. The mouse one, that one was cooking. I played that one last week, and I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. I kind of went off. All right. Are y'all ready to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons both have 7-liners in them. Did y'all know that?
Oh my god.
Dungeons.
Whoa!
It's not true. It's not true. I just said a random thing. It's not true.
You didn't have to say that. I'm sure all of us would have just been like, "Whoa, Kenny."
If you
Don't they
split
have 7?
dungeons in half, it's dung eons.
That's 7.
Whoa, shit.
And dragons
eternal.
is 7, isn't it?
No, dungeons is 8.
Depends how you spell it.
What?
Dungeon is 7.
Regionally, it could
Yeah,
be
but
7 or
dungeons
8.
plural is 8.
Right. Dungeon and dragons. That's 7 and 7.
Thank you.
Are y'all ready? I don't know.
I said freak, yeah.
Okay. Last we left off, our adventurers had made it to the city of Therinhill. You all made your way into town and found the sweltering swan. Ellis put on a little show while you all scouted the place for the one named Aelthal. You found them and discussed the politics that were at play here in Therinhill. Industrialists very much run the city, pushing for profits over people. The Court of Outlaws branch here does their best to undermine those taking advantage of the workers, which is why Granite Vallum doesn't work with them. Aelthal shares with you all that a warehouse in the docks that belongs to the Southwind Traders is most likely a front for whatever operation that Granite is running. You also learned that a shipment should be coming in soon from the Ursa Honor trade route and will most likely be headed to that warehouse. We wrapped up with you all, I believe, still in the sweltering swan. It is early afternoon, perhaps. What do you all want to do?
After, I guess, the three of us are just together, I'm like, y'all, my tummy hurts. I ate a bunch of grilled fish and a lot of tomato juice, and then after was peer pressured into singing in front of people, and I got the bubble guts.
Great. Are you ready to do some recon?
I guess so. 'Cause I might puke during it.
I think that should be our next step, right? It's just like scoping out the warehouse.
Yeah, that seems to make the most sense. If we see this shipment coming in, are we going to try to just like intercept it?
I mean, I don't know that stopping a shipment is necessarily our goal, right? Like, there's probably some crazy shit inside, so we could try to like smuggle ourselves in with the shipment if that seems like a viable option.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. We could. I mean, I know for me at least, I can go invisible, and I actually have a couple tricks up my sleeve that might be able to help cause a bigger distraction than I'm normally able to create. So, yeah, let's go scope this shit out.
Yeah, we check out the warehouse. We see how and where shipments are coming in. Maybe we can intercept one. Get on it. Drive ourselves right in the front door, Trojan horse style, and then fuck things up from the inside once we're inside. I mean, that's the goal, right? We're just here to mess everything up for them.
Oh yeah, that's what we do. We're gonna just ruin towns, then go to the next town and ruin that town.
Not this one. Hey, listen, the people in Ursa Honor, probably a lot of them are in a worse position than when we got there, just because the conflict was so interwoven with the people. I don't get the sense here that this conflict is necessarily touching the average person here yet. I don't know. It would be great to do as little damage as possible to the community.
For sure. I can make all of us invisible.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Okay, game changer.
I could have done that for a while now. I think I just kind of didn't realize it.
That's
but
okay.
I can definitely make even you, Helena. I can make us all invisible, and I can make all four of us invisible, and that's like the biggest chunky magic thing I can do. I can do that once per day. I can cast invisibility at a 5th level spell and get all four of us.
Most excellent.
Should we just start with that?
Well, invisibility only lasts it lasts an hour. So that should be like let's go stealthily get to a position so we can survey everything, and once we're like, all right, let's go, and we have a plan, we can go invisible from there. But yeah, we should get to like a pretty sneaky little vantage spot first.
I will wait until like a server, or if there aren't servers here, I'll go up to the bartender and just ask for directions to the docks or to the warehouse district. Where was?
You guys are kind of already in the warehouse district. The Sweltering Swan is like at the center of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just ask for directions to the middle of.
Or ask Aethal, like, where's the salt?
Oh yeah.
What's southwestern?
Southwind Traders.
Southwestern Bell.
Southwestern Egg Rolls.
Wow.
R.I.P.
Oh wow, Destiny, good pull.
Thanks.
It's even better.
Yeah, you can go back up to Aethal and ask where the warehouse is, and they kind of point you in the general direction. It's like a little few-minute walk from the Sweltering Swan.
Are there any sort of maybe easily accessible building tops or roofs that are around that we could use to like maybe post up at?
Yeah, as you all leave the bar, go ahead and roll a perception or investigation check as you look for roof access. Loomis doesn't need it because they can just go up walls.
I would, as we're like looking around, I don't necessarily want to look for roof access. I just want to check if anyone is essentially checking us out.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
I rolled a 16 perception.
Okay.
I rolled a 26 perception.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
14. You don't think anyone's following you or like watching you all from that perception check, and Emil and Ellis, with your perception checks, you're able to kind of you all walk down the street a little ways towards the Southwind Traders, and you are kind of find a little alley you can duck into, and you see that there's like a fire escape sort of ladder situation that you could use to get onto not the warehouse that you're looking for, but at least like up into the roofs.
As we're like climbing up the ladders, and I just like kind of call down to the three of y'all, and I say, I'm like, y'all, I'm trying to think of a good, what would be just a really good distraction in like a dock ward, fishy, briny, salty area. I'm trying to think of something that could really happen that that would be convincing. Y'all got any ideas?
To distract people from what?
Anything, just something that could draw attention and not be like, oh, that's completely outlandish and out of the ordinary. Because my first thought is just like big whale, but that wouldn't make any sense.
A giant magnetic lobster steals one of the ships.
Maybe something that could fit inside of a 20-foot cube.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. I understand. I don't know. Just like, can it make sounds? Can your little distraction make noises?
Yeah, I think so. I've never done it before. It's something that's like, I feel deep inside my tummy, and I know I can make it happen. But it'll be spectacular, but I just want it to be right, But also could be like, a big fishing cart falls over and a bunch of sticky fish come out.
We are in a warehouse district where many things are delivered to, so it really could be a crate of anything, quite honestly.
Gemstones.
Oh, like a big pile of money comes out.
A big vast pot of riches.
I'll keep thinking about it. If we do need a big distraction, I think I got something. I just need roughly about 60 seconds to do it.
Okay, sounds good. We're just on stakeout mode, right? For a little bit, just watching the comings and goings here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's just kind of see what's up.
Right, as you all climb up to the rooftops of the warehouse district and continue your way over to the Southwind Traders warehouse, go ahead and do a athletics or acrobatics check as you jump around on the rooftops here.
I never get to use acrobatics, and it's my best skill.
Really?
It is.
Your best skill?
Yeah.
I somehow rolled a natural 18 plus 3 for 21.
I rolled a 16 plus 7 for 23.
I don't think I need to roll.
Probably not. Probably not.
Because if we're climbing difficult surfaces, I don't need to make an ability check.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to play the game.
I don't have to play your silly game because I have a superior body.
You can't just keep telling people that. Helena rolled 11. So altogether, the four of you make your way across the rooftops until you can kind of get a better look at the Southwind Traders warehouse. You are not on that warehouse. It's kind of a longer, like a wider gap to get to that warehouse. But from where you're perched, you're like looking on to the warehouse and can kind of see like the loading dock of it.
Are the people that working there, are they wearing like any sort of like matching uniform, or is there like any sort of signifying like sort of something that they all, wear?
Roll an investigation check.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Damn. For the most part, you can see that many of the workers are just wearing kind of like raggedy clothes, torn pants and shorts, and kind of like white and light colored shirts, but not like matching necessarily. But with the 25, you can kind of spot like through all the like chaos of like moving boxes back and forth and organizing things within the warehouse that there appear to be sort of like foreman sort of type people, and they do appear to have like a little like pin on their like lapel or like on their shirt that you can see.
Can your distraction be audio as well and not just visual?
Yeah, it can do sound, smell, and temperature.
Smell? Okay.
Oh yeah, baby.
Hey, I love the smell of money. It's pretty alluring.
It's getting stinky up in here. But it is not real. So like, if somebody goes like, if we did a big giant thing of gemstones and somebody was like, "Ooh, gemstones," they would touch it and be like, "Oh, something's up." So it would have to be something.
What if you staged a workers' strike outside of the warehouse?
This is not bad. Kind of, revolutionary. I could imagine the foreman though being like, "Who are you guys?" I think for now though, let's just like, I as we kind of like look on, is there anything like I imagine it's just like, Ellis has probably seen a couple warehouses. Like, it just probably seems like a warehouse. It's just
yeah,
like,
what's up with, like, defense? What's the defense of this place look like? If something crazy is going on inside, I'm guessing there's some kind of, like, security or defense mechanisms. Can we see anything from our vantage point?
Roll an investigation check for that specifically.
Dirty 20.
I mean, you notice that, like, the foremen who are kind of, like, around the area, like, they do seem not, like, they seem like of, like, a higher class standing than, like, the everyday workers. They definitely don't seem like just, like, the step above of, like, they got promoted to manager. It's, like, these are people who were brought in, perhaps from, like, as, like, friends of the person who, like, owns this, or, like, they definitely just seem of, like, higher standing.
External hires.
Yeah, external hires definitely seem of, like, higher standing. And, like, with that, you can, like, maybe make the assumption of, like, maybe they have some magic with, like, on them, or some sort of, like, better equipment. You can also spot that there does appear to be some, like, very small, like, warding glyphs, like, at the doorways of the buildings. They don't appear to be, like, on, but you can kind of tell that there's, like, one on, like, I imagine they're, like, barn doors almost to the warehouse, and you can tell that there's some sort of like ward on those.
Okay. I'll point those out. And then what about like, I'm imagining we're staying here for quite a bit of time. Are there shift changes, and these workers, are the workers constantly there? And do we see any shipments come in? Like, do we see any kind of like things coming in to the warehouse?
Especially things that might seem like a I guess like a bigger deal than just like a fruit truck.
Yeah, are there any grease blood coming in?
Yeah, is there
a
big big giant thing that
bottle of blood here, guys. What do I do with it? You don't. It definitely seems like there's just a lot of like movement inside of it, of like organizing different shipments. You do not see any new shipments come in, but with both of your high sort of investigations, you are able to hear like one of the foremen sort of shout at another one that you hear them shout, "Just got word the shipment has crossed into town."
Should we get a little closer?
I think we should get closer to that shipment. I think it's our ticket in.
From our vantage point, like, if we wait long enough, could we like kind of look down the road coming in to see for a major shipment, like kind of coming in within, like being like, oh, there it is, let's get down there.
I'd say you're on like one of the main roads, sort of like in the dock area. You definitely can't see like the main road like into this district. So like that would be back towards like the Sweltering Swan. Like there was like a main road that sort of like led into the dock and warehouse district. So you're kind of like, if it's a T, right? Like you can't see one leg of the T, but you're on another part of the T, if that makes sense. So you're on, a main street, and so you would be able to see like a shipment coming down the road, but you can only see like part of the main roads here.
How about this? Just so we're doing something. I use Mask of Many Faces, and I turn into like an average looking, just foreman worker. I try to include the emblem that they have pinned to their chest. Just super nondiscreet, like not like nothing flashy, just like one of the guys working there. I'm like, okay, I look like this now. That's great. This isn't like concentration, so like I could cast invisibility on the three of y'all. That way, y'all kind of have, the freedom to hop onto a truck as it's going inside, and I can, shit talk my way inside. And even if I can't shit talk my way inside, I have a couple other ways to like work my way through. Just so I feel like a window's coming up, so if when the window comes up, we should just do it.
I agree. I think we could just go literally intercept the shipment and take out whoever we need to take out, and then pose as those people and drive the cart right in.
The problem is, I was thinking that too. I just like intercepting a big shipment. We are in like a city and stuff. So
yeah.
Like, I don't know if we'll have the opportunity to like hijack and dispose of the people on there without people being like, hey,
that's true, we
should call the cops.
I think I'd feel more comfortable with it if you went not alone, based on our recent experiences.
I will say the argument to that is that if the three of y'all are invisible, I don't necessarily maybe have to be alone. We also have sending stones that we can all talk to each other, and also two of us are not asleep at the Squirrel's Folly while the other two are out in the woods. Like, we're all kind of together and on the same page.
Sure. But if we're going to split, how about one invisible person goes with you and two invisible people go on to this shipment? It might help us to know what's on that shipment as well. So I think we should split. I think it's, in this case, not a bad idea. Also, hey, what do you think about the idea of sending a little message to Granic Valum and telling him like, hey, it's Raya here. Do you know these fools Leonard and Champagne outside of town? Because they've had some kind of breakthrough. We need to get there right away. Just to like kind of draw them out.
I don't hate that idea. We saw Granik Valum in Vinzor, right? Like, we saw him at the party.
Yes, he stole the book, or he picked up the book from the library that we delivered.
He's like a Richie Rich boy, right? Or
I think the way Loomis put it was like, what did you say? It's
a Nepo baby?
Yeah, that's it. Nepo baby.
Do you think he's one of those people that's like here right now? Do you think he's like at this like warehouse in the Fishy Dock district, or is he probably in his big lovely home in the suburbs, like right outside of like in the gentrified area of Thornhill?
Oh, he might be around. Maybe not in the warehouse. Might be around, but getting him out of town at least temporarily, like heading in the opposite direction, I think would give us more time to do whatever we want to do inside this building, and find out what's really going on in there.
Okay, hey. I've done it once. I'll do it again.
You're the best at lying.
Facts, King.
Loomis, what's wrong?
Were Leonard and Charmeleon that important for him to leave town?
I mean, he brought them here. It set up this whole lab for them, right? So, based on the letters that we found afterwards.
I thought that was their lab, and he just reached out to them to see if they wanted to work together. Unless I'm read things wrong.
I don't know. All the blood and gore from their heads exploding was kind of smearing the letters, so I don't know exactly what it said. Let's think. Becky,
I will say, we do still have the element of surprise here. So like, Charon and Leonard are dead. The two people that went to go recover whatever shit they had are also fucking super dead. If anything, he's probably sitting in his like high-rise office tower being like, what the fuck, where are all my people? There is part of me right now that doesn't think poking the bear's nest and being like, you should go look yourself, dumbass. Like, I feel at this point, Raya and Natasha probably, I don't know why I said fucking probably, have not shown up to wherever the fuck they're supposed to show up. I think we have the element of surprise here, and I don't necessarily think poking the bear is probably the best idea.
How did they get to us so fast in Mistfall? I guess they could teleport.
Probably probably magic.
Oh shit. So yeah, it would be kind of suspicious that they hadn't come back if they could teleport.
Yeah, for some reason they haven't come back to talk to him, but for some reason they've talked to Sharon and Linda.
Yeah, okay, fair point. All right, well let's just go down there, I guess, and.
What are the teams?
I don't think I'm very good at sneaking around. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, maybe Helena.
I don't think you are either.
I think Helena and I should go together to get onto this shipment. And Loomis and Ellis, y'all should be the ground team.
I like that. Also, y'all, if y'all don't, once y'all are invisible for an hour. If y'all don't see a great opportunity, right, to like hop on this thing, like don't risk it. You could just walk behind the motherfucker, right?
Absolutely, yeah, that's fine. I mean, Helena's loud as fuck, but
and so is a cart carrying a bunch of stuff. So like, somebody walking right behind this cart, like and while invisible, is probably less distracting than awkwardly trying to shuffle inside of it while it's moving.
I'm in.
Why are we splitting up again? Isn't the cart coming here?
Yeah, we just need to get into the door. And if all of our eggs in one basket, it gives us less options. With Ellis in disguise and on the ground with his abilities, I feel like we're going to be in a better position to make sure everyone gets in safely.
At least for me, I can stay kind of outside and be like, a boo, 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 look at me, a boo, 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 boo.
It's a good plan.
Giving y'all more time, right? Boo, 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 boo.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I just got confused at why we're splitting up in the sense of that we're all going to be in this spot anyways.
I mean, to be fair, the three of y'all will be invisible, so technically y'all can all do whatever y'all want to do because I won't be able to see you. So like, it's really like, I'm dressed up as a foreman. The three of y'all are invisible. If you see an opening, fucking go for it. And I think this is one of those plans where this isn't really a plan. We're just kind of like doing it.
We're defeating analysis paralysis, and we're just going.
I would say ultimate plan B, shit goes up in flames. We're like, everything's bad. Everybody run to Emil.
Yes.
And Emil can teleport
just
us
get out of there. Easy.
So,
unless it hurts us. It shoots us right back down to where we're standing. It's happened a fair amount of times.
Press the button again.
Yep, we'll just go for it again. I think that's, right now, we don't have time to sit and plan forever. I think that's what we got. That's what we're working with. Let's go head down the road, see if we can see this shipment, turn invisible, track it. You go ahead of us, Ellis, with Loomis, and try and get us in the door.
Even a better plan. We all have sending stones, right? I'm dressed up as a foreman. I can go down there and blend in and try to just be like a normal guy working. Emil and Helena, you go and like follow the fucking cart or whatever as it's coming in. And then Loomis, you're invisible. You do not have to be with me at all. You can just try to sneak in solo style. Like, you can just try to fucking, you can just be our dude on the inside sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Sick.
I'm going to take the cloak of displacement. Or I guess I'll be invisible. Never mind. I was worried that I'm all in grease blood and that this shipment might be other grease blood, like samples and stuff. It's like they're going to think I'm a walk-in sample. But no, I'm going to be invisible, so it's fine.
Is there anything that breaks the invisibility?
If you fucking do anything, literally at all, if you like attack somebody, if you can like pick stuff up and like open doors and shit, but like if you punch somebody or cast a spell, that thing will drop. / if I drop concentration on it, if I get attacked, I will drop it as well.
But the sending stone is fine. I can still use the sending stone?
Yeah, you're just using an object on you.
Okay.
That's not a thing.
All right.
I will cast invisibility at a 4th level because I'm only doing the 3 of them.
Okay.
Helena, please stay close to Emil. Tie a rope to each other or something because you don't have a sending stone.
You are correct. I will do that.
Ultimately, your goal, though, just like walk behind the cart whenever y'all find the cart.
I will give her one, Natasha or Raya's and give the other one. Make sure Ellis has the other one so that he can communicate with Helena.
That one also goes to Granite Valum.
Oh, that's right. Damn.
So maybe not that.
Fuck. You're right. Oh, man, that'd be bad, huh? We're in the
like,
Southwind Trading Company.
I'm having trouble breaking into the
Nobody
warehouse.
knows I'm here.
I'm successfully inside. Granite will not know what hit him.
Okay. Helena, let's go. I slide down the ladder like in a cool video game and start heading down the street at a quick pace, looking for this shipment.
Look at the Squirrel's Foolies being all smart, making a plan and stuff, and being all competent. Thank you so much for listening to episode 74 of our podcast. This could get dicey. Dog, it means a lot that you're here. Thank you, big dog. Woof, woof. In the kind of bittersweet finale of the podcast series, roll for Patreon sub, we're on our last one, and I don't need to roll for this one. It goes out to Carl. Carl, I hope the beginning of your 2025 is going so nicely. This is your year, Carl. Thank you so much for being a Patreon sub. If you would like to be a Patreon sub, you can go over to patreon.com/TCGD pod. Figure out a tier that works for you. You can sign up for the free version. We put content up there too. Come check it out. It's something I haven't brought up in a while, but leave a review. It's very simple and it's very easy to do. You're on a podcast app right now. If there is a way on that podcast app to rate, usually it's a star-based system. If you could hit the maximum amount of stars, please, that would be extremely beneficial. And also, if you go over to Apple Podcasts and write a review, I will read it out loud. We can have a conversation through Apple Podcasts review section. So yeah, that would be really, really nice if you can do that. Also check out our website, TikTok, Instagram, and threads at TCGD Pod. Enjoy the rest of this episode. Adios.
So as you two make your way over to the shipment, Loomis and Ellis, what are you all doing?
I pull out like well, I guess I don't have. I was gonna say I pull out a clipboard. I don't have a clipboard.
Cast major illusion to produce a clipboard.
I will cast minor. I will cast minor illusion to produce just like a clipboard and a pen.
Okay.
And I'm not like, you know, we've all worked jobs before where we don't want to be noticed or looked at, and so you just walk with purpose. You don't really look anybody in the eyes, but you don't look like sheepish. You look like you know where you're going. And all I'm doing is just like, you know, I don't necessarily walk inside the building yet. Maybe I walk up to the, you know, the garage back dock loading area and just like poke around inside, you know, walk by a couple windows just to peek in as I'm walking by. Just doing like sort of a perimeter check.
You're like a 15-year-old trying to sneak into the Houston rodeo by wearing a yellow vest and just walking with purpose. Speaking from experience.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and roll a performance check.
15 plus 6 for a 21.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way over to it's like a pretty crowded loading dock, where they're kind of just like moving shipments around and you know, people are they're moving stuff around, you know, what people do at warehouses. That's what they do. They just move stuff and take inventory and all that. But yeah, you kind of casually try and stroll in, and successfully seem to kind of like wiggle your way into the commotion with your clipboard, and kind of can like start taking inventory of like what's around you.
Is there anything just like off the rip, just from a quick cursory glance, like that looks suspicious, or does it all look just like normal kind of wear? Like, is it just like pallets of stuff?
For the most part, it's just like pallets of crates and like, yeah, like big boxes and things like that. So off the cuff, like nothing really looks like super out of the ordinary.
Cool. I'll just kind of like keep my post, not talk to anybody yet unless they talk to me. And just, I never stand in one place for too long. Just kind of keep like nodding my head and going, yes, cool, and like walking over here and going, yes, very good, and just keep walking around. And I will say into the sitting stone, being like, I'm in position, over.
So wait, you're in the warehouse or just around it still, and like the docks?
I want to hang around specifically like the back dock loading area. Like I kind of want to be here whenever this shipment of whatever arrives. I want to be here at the door when it does, and we'll go from there.
Cool. And Loomis, what are you doing?
I follow Ellis just to get an idea of where he's going to be posted up, and once I see like, okay, he's going to be hovering around this area, I want to go up to like, is the entrance open, or like does someone have to like open it?
It's open right now. So yeah, like the loading dock that Ellis is on right now is like pretty much like wide open. Like all the doors are open. People are kind of just like coming in and out constantly. There is like a front entrance, I guess, but no one's really like over there. It's just sort of like a door.
Okay, essentially what I like to do is I kind of just want to like put a foot or a hand through the door just to confirm that my invisibility stays. Like there's no like magic happening or something, like just like a quick like hand, maybe even pinky through the entrance, not my whole body, just to see if something happens.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and like stick your hand through and nothing seems to happen.
I relay that to the group. I think we're good once the shipment comes to go in with our invisibility.
I just nod my head up and down and I go, yes, that's 2 pallets of green beans, 4 pallets of mayonnaise. Good. Everything's in order. And
then while I guess we're waiting for the shipment, I kind of want to not go in quite yet, but I want to, like, hugging the building, like on the building, I guess, like perpendicular, walking on the building to eavesdrop on conversations.
Okay. Yeah, you can like easily scale the wall and can kind of like just walk around on the walls of the outside of the warehouse and can kind of make out different conversations. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
16.
For the most part, like, it's pretty much just people being like, how's your wife? As they're like hauling like pallet, or like big sacks of like what looks like grain and stuff. They're like tossing those and like, oh, the kids are good, so and so just got a good grade at school, things like that. So far nothing of like any interest at the moment.
I whisper in the sending stone, I could be wrong, but I don't know if any of these people really know what's happening here.
They got a whole shipment here of beef jerky. Call them a name.
Do not steal. Do not steal. Not the right time.
And we'll cut to Emil and Helena, who are kind of making their way down the main road here in the dock district, back towards like the Sweltering Swan area, where you imagine this shipment will like turn onto this road. And go ahead and is there anything you want to do?
Siloria's blessing go with us, right? Am I right, Helena? But don't talk too loud.
I really hope so. This is how I'm going to whisper talk.
It's good. It's good. This is great.
Good?
Yeah,
okay.
It's really good. We're just gonna head down the road, trying to avoid any crowds and anything, and find this shipment.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check as you sort of like get towards like the busier intersection looking for this shipment.
That is another dirty 20. 14 plus 6.
Okay. Yeah, you see, there's lots of like carriages and wagons sort of rolling by, and you see one coming around the bend a little bit, in which they look a little bit more suspicious. Like they're definitely wearing like heavier cloaks for the temperatures here, so you assume that they like maybe came from a colder area, and you can see that they are also kind of wearing like similar clothes to like the foreman, to what the foreman were wearing like underneath their cloaks, and so you assume this might be your shipment that you're looking for.
Okay. I can't see Helena because we're both invisible, right?
Correct.
I'll just whisper, let's just stick behind this and not touch it until we think it's safe. We should probably figure out what's inside to see if it's anything suspicious, but let's just follow.
Great. You kind of like wait for your opportunity and sort of are able to fall in behind it as it sort of pushes its way through the crowd. There's two people riding in the like front of the wagon, and they do appear to have like two people on horseback that are sort of like near them or not necessarily like circling or patrolling, but are sort of like with this little caravan that's coming in as well.
Is this like a wagon situation?
Yes, it's like a pretty large covered wagon.
Can we see into it from behind it, or is it through a door that's closed?
There is like some opening, like there you can definitely. It's not like a fully like sealed wagon or anything like that. So you are able to see that there's some crates inside of it.
Is there the ability? Is there somewhere for us to like cling on to it?
From the back, there is a. Yeah, I'd say there's probably like two. Like how on the back of like a trash truck, there's like little footholds for people to like grab onto. There's probably like tiny little footholds that you could hang on to the back of the wagon on that.
Okay, I'll say, jump on stealthily. I'll whisper it as fast as I can.
And let's have the two of you roll. Let's have you first roll a stealth check, since this is going to take like a little bit of noise with advantage as you're both invisible.
Oh. Okay. I rolled a 7 total.
Okay. Helena rolled A 9.
Oh my god.
And let's then also roll an athletics check too, as you kind of try and keep up with this and try and jump on.
Athletics? This is a 0. It's not acrobatics to jump?
You could make it be an acrobatics check.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
Okay. The two of you kind of like have to hustle a little bit, and unfortunately, despite being invisible, Helena's in like full plate armor trying to like speed walk quietly and make this like leap onto the wagon, and she's able to like get on. You can't see, so you assume like you stop hearing the clang of like footsteps next to you, and you're not quite able to like keep up with the wagon, so you're not able to cling onto it. The two people that are sort of like on horseback look around and like think that they like heard something, as you two were not very stealthy as you were like making your way over. They kind of like hang back and make their way to the back of the wagon on horseback as it's moving, and you can see that like they're taking like spears out to kind of like poke at the wagon and sort of like do like a wide sweep to see if there's like anything funky happening.
Can I do something?
Sure.
I'm gonna throw the minor illusion coin on just like at the wagon.
Okay.
And turn it into a squirrel, as I do.
Okay.
I don't care if it bounces off or whatever. I'm just chucking it to try and give some kind of alibi here so Helena doesn't get stabbed.
Okay. Go ahead and I guess roll sleight of hand.
That's also really bad. Oh, okay. That's not bad. 16.
Okay. You're able to stealthily get the coin out and sort of like flick it at the wagon, and you see it turn into a squirrel, and the squirrel illusion sort of like clings onto the wagon for a moment before the coin like falls off the wagon, and then the squirrel kind of like sits on the ground, like picking at things at the ground. And we'll have the two of you roll like a group deception check here to see if we're like successfully.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. Like,
yeah,
see what we can do.
We're trying to deceive these two people.
Yeah.
These are all checks I'm not good at. What am I doing?
Same with Helena.
All right. I rolled a 3.
Okay, Helena got a 13, so you could tell that she is like holding on still from what you can tell, because you're like, again, not hearing like the clang of plate metal. But you sort of like in all this commotion and like nerves, you like trip over like a little rock as you're trying to keep up again with the wagon. And so their attention is now like away from the wagon and sort of directed at like the space behind the wagon, as they're again like sort of like poking at things with like the bottom of their spear to sort of like see if they can find anything. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check. This could be acrobatics as you try and like weave out of the way of like a spear.
A 15 total.
Okay. You manage to like they're kind of taking like sweeps with the back of their spear, seeing if they can see anything. They don't seem to see anything. One of them is like, I'll stay back here. I'm not sure what that noise was. And the other one sort of like canters their horse back up to the side of the wagon. So now one is back here and the other one is to the side.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait and then wait for this other guy on the horse to start leaving, and I'll just follow him at a canter, I suppose. I'll just keep running it from here. Helena's on, so I'm fine. I'm just gonna run it.
Okay.
And make sure to pick up the coin if I can when no one's looking.
Okay. Yeah, I think you managed to grab the coin and then like trot back up behind the guy on the side as he moves his horse away. Is there anything else you're trying to do here as you keep up with the wagon?
No, nothing else. I'm just gonna keep up with that at this point. I was trying to see what was inside, but no, I'm just gonna follow.
Okay.
Into my sitting stone, I'll say, Loomis, are you inside or are you outside?
I'm outside right now, but I was thinking of going in before the caravan or whatever gets
I agree.
here.
I think you should do your scary thing and climb inside. I think I have blended in well enough that I can just kind of leisurely kind of stroll in, and then Emil, check in. Y'all on the wagon?
Helena's in position. The guards are very suspicious. Things are not going well.
Just Helena is on the wagon?
I said what I said.
Okay. All right. Everything's going great. I am gonna maintain concentration on invisibility. Emil just Helena, good luck, sister. She can't hear us. As like the shipment gets like closer, maybe in eyesight, I will say like out loud to like nobody. Like, I'm not going to say this to anybody. I'll look at my clipboard and I'll just say, finally, the shipment's here. And I'll walk inside the warehouse.
It's very good.
Okay, yeah, you roll another performance check as you kind of keep up this ruse here.
17.
You're selling it. It's no
No,
problem.
18.
Yeah, everyone's just like, oh, the shipment's here. Okay, yeah, get ready, everybody. The shipment's here. Loomis, what are you doing?
I wait until I see Ellis fully go inside, and then I'd like to climb in through the ceiling as well.
Okay. You are
Like through the
on-
door, up the top of the door into the ceiling, if that makes sense.
Yes, that's how I was imagining it. So you are standing upside down on the ceiling.
Correct.
Yes. That is. What
I'm
you're
inside.
doing. You're inside. Is there anything that you're wanting to do or like look for or anything?
Is anyone of note, like anyone that looks familiar, in the warehouse?
Roll a perception check.
4.
No, all you can kind of tell is that with word spreading from Ellis that the shipment's coming, you can tell that like some foremen are like, the shipment's coming, the shipment's coming. Like there does seem to be a little bit more like commotion and like sort of like get your shit together, everybody. Like this is an important shipment that's coming in right now. With a 4, so.
Can I
try?
Sorry, can I try to look for one other thing?
Sure.
Is there any signs of like a pedestal like structure anywhere within this warehouse or like a basement?
Since you're looking for something more specific, go ahead and roll investigation.
21.
Looking around for a pedestal or anything that you've kind of like seen before or a basement, you do see that there are people, again with the word of the shipment coming, that sort of in like the middle back part of the warehouse, like well away from this like main dock area. There do appear to be some people like emerging from like an underground staircase of sorts.
I tell everyone on the sending stone, I think there's a basement within the warehouse towards the back in the middle where people are emerging from. Just a heads up.
You got any more bombs?
I don't have any bombs anymore. That would have been good to stock up on.
The shipment makes its way to the main dock, and you notice, or makes its way to like this loading zone, and you notice that pretty much only like foremen are like here to unload it. Like they're not really trusting of the like everyday workers to kind of handle the shipment. Helena is, you imagine, is still clinging onto the wagon, hops off, and Emil and Helena, you have no idea where the two of you are in relationship to each other, but you all have made it to this sort of like landing zone as they're like, or loading zone as they're unloading they begin to unload this wagon.
I will go start to move near the wagon, still holding the clipboard, still just looking like I'm supposed to be there.
Okay.
Can as the wagon comes in, can I see what's inside of it as I'm like, yes, cool, yes, the shipment.
Yeah, since you're looking a little bit closer, go ahead and roll investigation check.
I rolled a 4. I'm going to use a luck point. Much better. 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, the wagon opens up and they begin to sort of pull out these crates from in it, and you don't see anything different. They really are just wooden crates. But you can hear the slight tinkling sound of glass inside of it. From all y'all's years, you probably have heard of this is what a crate of vials sounds like when people are transporting medicine, or the honey bottles back home, things like that. So you assume that there's some sort of bottle or vials inside of this.
Into the sending stone, I'll say, yeah, this thing's chock full of Drees blood for sure. I'm gonna try to, if I have to, talk my way into this basement. If y'all can, while invisible, just try to make your way in as this thing goes in, or whenever the doors open. You should.
I'll whisper, I'm just gonna follow you. God, I hope Helena does the same, because I don't know where the fuck she is.
I mean, she's in Siloria's hands now.
As the people are taking it from the wagon inside the loading zone, are they taking it towards the underground place, or are they putting it somewhere what is the next step once they take it out of the wagon?
You notice that spot where people were coming out has now been sealed closed.
Okay.
So people are not coming in and out of that anymore. You do see that they're kind of carefully taking the crates over to that general vicinity. So you imagine that they will be taking the crates, you could guess they're probably taking them down into the basement. However, they're not actively doing that right now, and they're sort of just creating another pallet over by where that staircase was.
I'm gonna try and make my way over there, out of the way. You said where there's less stuff going on, and just stand there and watch them unload. Out of the way.
I'll say to the sitting stone, be like, man, we've gotten this far. I don't know what to do next.
I can check out the door. Loomis, do you want to help me check out the door to this basement?
Yeah, I'm already here.
Oh shit, where are I'll reach around looking. Can we find this door?
Roll a perception or investigation check. Loomis, you have advantage since you've seen it where it was opened before.
Okay. 19.
25.
The two of you are able to locate where it looks like there's a slight difference in the ground and a slight outline of where a piece of the concrete floor would move. With these high checks, you're also able to see that there is another sort of warding glyph marked on this ground here.
Is it active?
It does appear to be active, yes.
Is this something I can use my thieves tools to disable?
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, I'm not good at Arcana. That's a 6.
It's looking super magical. That's all you can kind of
okay.
draw from that.
I don't know. I think we maybe just need to wait here until they're done unloading and things calm down. But there's a door here. There's a glyph on it. I'm not going to touch it.
I could maybe do something about the glyph. And do we want to go in right now, or do we want? I hold on. Let's just do a quick team check-in. This is also a warehouse. I'm sure they have OSHA rules. They probably stop working here at a certain point. We could come back later at night, but also we're kind of here
already
now.
Here. We should stay.
We should stay, yes. And our invisibility is going to wear off in how long?
Yeah, how long has it been? It lasts for an hour.
I'll say it's probably been 15 minutes-ish at this point.
I will do something that I do in real life, in public, very often. Oftentimes, I find that you could just kind of say shit out loud sometimes, and nobody's really listening to you. if somebody like really annoying is talking, I'll just be like, man, shut the fuck up, and like they won't hear you. So in order to get Helena's attention, as I'm walking through walking around the, the shipment, I'll just like say out loud to nobody. I'll just say like, yeah, Helena, you should really get to the door. Okay, cool. Everything's in check here. Just like not knowing where Helena is, just like hoping that like Helena hears me say this out loud.
Roll a, I guess, deception check here as you just say this out loud.
That is a 22.
Okay.
No. Yes, a 22.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of just say that out loud as you're kind of like circling the general area, and so I imagine you're also kind of like slightly pointing like your pencil towards like where you think the door is, like scratching your head and be like, over there perhaps.
Yeah, over there.
And roll a perception check.
I'm gonna use a luck point. That was a natural one.
Is this your last one?
This is not it. No, I have one more. I fucking shit you not. That's another natural one.
It's okay. It's just perception.
It's just perception.
Yeah,
I guess you're getting really into the act, so you don't hear Helena move or anything, so you have no idea if it's working.
I will say as I say that, I will just start moving towards the door. Maybe in like not a direct line path, but like I'll like walk in a serpentine path until I make my way to the door. Hoping that Helena sees me and just like follows me, if she did hear me. But I want to walk up. If I walk by the door to this basement, can I see this glyph that Emil talked about?
Roll a perception or investigation as you're looking specifically for it.
14.
You can see it. It is sort of a very light like imprint in the ground where this door is.
I'll walk up to the glyph and have my clipboard out and be like, cool, everything's in check here, everything's looking fine, and I will just go ahead and cast a new spell. I will cast Dispel Magic, and I have no idea what this glyph is at. I will cast it at 5th level.
Okay.
It's a Dispel Magic is a 3rd level spell. I will cast it at 5th level. I'm really hoping this. I don't know. I'm only assuming that this is like Glyph of Warding, but I have no idea what Glyph of Warding is at. I don't know what spell level that is, but also that's metagaming. Right. I don't know what this is.
Okay, you need to make a spellcasting ability check. You need to get a 16.
That's just like your spell attack roll, right? You just roll and add your spell attack modifier.
Yeah, it would be just charisma.
Oh, just charisma?
Yeah, it's make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. Yeah.
It's not also proficiency bonus?
Yeah, spellcasting ability modifier should be like 5 plus proficiency.
Then yes, it would be
the
whole thing.
Natural 17 plus 9.
Whew, okay.
As you're kind of like casting this, actually, as you're casting this does have a vocal and somatic component to it, so do roll a stealth check as well.
Cool. My last luck point. Gotta burn them. That was a natural 1. Natural 20.
Okay.
For a 23.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of circle and stealthily, do your little finger motions and whisper the incantation, and you can definitely sense that this is like a very high level glyph that's like written on this door, and you sense that you didn't permanently like dispel the magic because it just seems like way out of like your League of Arcana that this exists, but you can sense that like for now it has been disabled for like. You have you feel confident you have like at least an hour of a window here in which it is down.
into the sitting stone, I'll just go, holy shit, oh fuck, the glyph is down. Y'all, I'm just walking through the door. Cause I'm just thinking like anybody who walks in and out of this door, I would imagine, without anything going wrong, probably has clearance to walk in and out of this door, without anything going on. So, again, kind of keeping up my roofs, we'll just, hoping Helena got the message. I'm just going to open the door and walk through it.
Okay. Yeah, as you sort of dispel the glyph, you're able to push on the ground, and it sort of shifts open, revealing a staircase that winds downwards. Go ahead and do a performance check, though, as you're kind of acting like you've done this before.
Add a luck points. 7. No, 2 plus 6 is 8.
I was gonna do something here as well, if that's okay.
Okay, sure.
Seeing Ellis interacting with this door, I'm actually gonna, as quickly as I can, but quietly as I can, go back over to the wagon, and wait until I think Ellis needs a distraction. And I'm gonna push one of these boxes off the cart to shatter on the ground, hopefully.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check to get into the wagon to do this.
18 total.
Okay. You're able to get onto the wagon, and no one seems to notice you as they're sort of taking a slight break from moving these. And then go ahead and give me an athletics to sort of shove this by yourself.
I'm gonna wait until I see someone just taking one off the cart and try and pair the shattering of this box with them moving a box. So
okay.
It's they did it.
Okay.
Athletics?
Yes.
F.
Not acrobatics this time.
I know,
no.
I agree. I think it should be athletics. It's a 15.
15. Okay.
Plus 0.
You managed to time this perfectly that they're stacked a little bit, and you manage to sort of shift one as someone's pulling one out, and one of these big old crates of glass and what you assume to be blood makes a crashing sound, and you can sort of see that blood is now seeping into the wood of the crate,
and I'm out of there. I'm bolting back towards the door.
And you can hear a commotion being we're not supposed to oh my god, just a commotion of people freaking out, and some of them are magic users, so they're trying to kind of clean it up, or they're
oh,
quick,
no.
repair something to undo the damage. With that, we'll have you re-roll your performance check, as this will be kind of your advantage for this.
Whew. Okay, that's what I was hoping
Sweet.
for.
Nice.
A natural 20. Thank you so much.
God. All right.
Oh my god.
For a 26. That's a lot of natural 20s.
Blood well spent.
Yeah, you're opening the door, and you're all right, we're this far, and you start making your way down, and you see some of the people from the commotion out on the loading dock. One of them is sort of running towards you all, and they seem very panicked, but they also seem a little bit higher ranking than the other people. They seem to have a jacket that they're wearing that just sort of gives them the impression of maybe they're the lead foreman, or they're a little bit higher, and they speak to you, Ellis, and they're while you're down there, tell Granick there's been an incident up here.
What kind of incident?
One of the others has damaged one of the crates.
He's really not going to want to hear that. I'll try to smooth the blow as much as possible. Clean it up as fast as you can.
Yeah, yes, sir. And roll roll a deception check here as you're putting out this guise.
You hear in the sending stone, nice.
Nice.
Dirty 20 for the deception check.
Without, the guy's just okay, yeah, and he sort of runs back over to help out, as you're able to descend the stairs, And is everyone else kind of like sneaking after
Yes.
him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As soon as Ellis was in, Loomis
You, like,
on the ceiling crawling.
Loomis drops from the ceiling, Spider-Man's.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
no one
could-
sees it,
yeah,
but it's
you
very
could
cool.
Feather fall all the way
stairs.
down into that staircase. Just fucking
Yeah.
straight drop.
You all can manage to hear like the slight shuffle of plate armor behind you, as you can assume that Helena is also with you.
Close the door.
Close the
you
door.
all- Close the door.
Descend the stairs and can like push the door closed behind you. And as you descend the stairs, you're now in the basement of this warehouse. It leads down into the depths. It's fairly dimly lit at first, and then you can hear all sorts of sounds, like the chatter of people, the bubbling of liquids. There's hammers hitting metal. It's warm down here. There's like a weight to this space of something that you've kind of felt before. It's not quite like the sensation you felt at the pedestals. It doesn't feel that heavy. It doesn't feel like that like oppressive here, but you definitely like feel that like something else is down here in this space. And you kind of come down into a sort of second loading zone where crates are being where you can see like the crates from above sort of get brought down here first before being carted out to various rooms down here in the basement. And that's where we'll stop for tonight.
Oh God.
You love to see a plan come to fruition.
That was
or
good
lack
actually.
thereof.
No, that was a
very
good.
good,
That
yeah.
was good.
Good job, y'all.
And all of us being in different places
That-
actually did work out. I feel like.
Actually, yes,
Yeah,
that was all.
actually
that,
it
was,
did.
that was good, very silent, invisible teamwork.
Man.
Well, this could get dicey.
Do you think oceans would be just as fun if they were all invisible? I kind of think it still would be. Thank you so much for listening. I think next episode really is actually going to get dicey. So I guess you just gotta find out next time on January 22nd.